What's up, Bears fans? It is mailbag time, so get your questions in. Hashtag Bears or Super Chat so I can answer as many as I can. Free agency, trades, whatever. Let's answer your questions here on today's show. From Fast Moves 45 with the Super Chat, I appreciate that. Trade Quinn, get young, and go forward. Old defense isn't the best thing with high-power offenses in the NFL. I think Robert Quinn is going to become a talking point more and more. We talked about it on a video earlier this week. We're going to talk about him more. I think if you can get a day 2 pick for Robert Quinn, I would probably do that trade. This is a team that wants to get younger. Robert Quinn's trade value will never be better. If you're not trading him now, you're basically saying we'll ride him out for the next couple years, which is fine. But if you can get a top 75 pick for him, man, that's hard to turn down. Cabin Rudd, what moves could we make to move up for Olave? Well, actually, trading Quinn to get an extra day 2 pick gives you more ammunition to move up, so you could do that. You've got 3 top 71 picks as of now. You could trade a couple of those to move up into the first round. Say you trade 39 and 71 to get up to like 25. That could be an option. So those are a couple different ways. Olave's probably going to have to slip a little bit. Like if he goes top 20, there's probably nothing you can do. But if it's 25 and he still hasn't been drafted, yeah, at that point you could go up and get him. Don Burr, Malik Willis better than Fields. Welcome to Detroit. Malik Willis had a strong pro day by all accounts on Tuesday. You know what, Don Burr? I can actually throw the ball well in t-shirt and shorts too. Can't currently do it, but when I was in college, I threw a football 65 yards from midfield through the uprights. So your boy's got a bit of a cannon. Not as much anymore, probably be in the 50-yard range. But no, in all seriousness, I like Willis. Honestly, Detroit should draft him. I think they should draft him at number 2 overall. I think Fields is better, but we'll see. Fast Moves 45, 2023 offseason is the year we spend money. Hopefully, Fields turns the corner with Luke, but he needs someone to throw to. 5 to 7 wins this year, build year. I think you can win more than 5 to 7 if you add enough complementary pieces. I do tend to agree that 2023 will likely be the big year the Bears spend money, but I still think there's money to spend this year. You can't just go into the draft with what you currently have. A, you don't have enough draft picks, and B, there's still a lot of needs. You can't just you literally don't have a second guard right now. Like, you're going to have to make some moves. So, I hear what you're saying. There's still moves this year, but yeah, in theory, next year probably going to be the big move. Fast Moves, guys. He's sending in the super chats. If some of y'all want to get in, you may have to super chat. Please don't ever bring up Buster Skrine or Chris Canty ever again. Like Voldemort, we don't say his name. Hey, Skrine, the concussion hurt him his last year, but I hear you. You certainly want better players. Bill Bradley, is Roquan Smith contract extension coming soon? Bill, defined soon, right? Is it going to come this week? Probably not this week, but could it happen before the draft, before training camp? I think it will, and I think it should, because you don't want him entering this year on a contract year. Get him locked up, and let's worry about the rest later, because he's a long-term piece. What do you guys think? Will the Bears extend Roquan Smith before the draft? Type Y for yes, type in for no. Let me know what you guys think. I think for sure before training camp, we'll see on the draft. I would like to see it happen, because then you know where you stand at linebacker. Craig Ferguson, who will suck more, your Bears or my Lions? I think your Lions, because I don't know what quarterback looks like. I still think the Bears have enough win-now pieces on this team. And I think that if Justin Fields takes a sophomore leap that I think he's capable of taking, then this team can compete some. I don't think they'll win a Super Bowl or anything, but I think they can be competitive. I've kind of compared it to the Eagles last year. No one expected the Eagles to go 9-8 and sneak into the playoffs. I think if a couple of things bounce the Bears' way, that could happen. Aiden Bailey, thoughts on Keanu Neal? I like this question. Keanu Neal signed with Dallas last year. They moved him from safety to linebacker. Didn't play that well. He came out and said he's going to move back to safety. I think he's a good box safety. You could put him next to Eddie Jackson, be that hard-hitting type. I think for cheap, I would like it. 1-2-year deal, probably a 1-year deal. If you feel like this, like, hey, we need another safety, but we don't want to invest big, a guy like Keanu Neal makes sense because he's been a starter in this league. He plugs in at strong safety. You've already got a free safety in Eddie Jackson. I would like it. 1 year, $3 million? Who says no? Juan Espinoza, how many players are left from that 2018 season? I mean, I don't have it pulled up in front of me, but a few of them are still on the team. Without pulling up the roster, you know, Eddie Jackson, Cody Whitehair, they're still guys. I think Roquan was that Roquan's rookie year, 18, 19, 20, 20. Yeah, that was his rookie year. But yeah, there's not that many. There's a few, but there's not nearly as many. Patrick Scales certainly in there as well. But yeah, most of them are gone. There's no doubt about it. Now, Justin Fields jerseys are available, and he was not a part of that 2018 team. You should pick up his jersey, though, right now for just $90. Chatsports.com/FieldsJersey. That is chatsports.com/FieldsJersey. That link will be in the comments. It'll be in the description of this video. Represent QB1, and that is Justin Fields and not Andy Dalton. Everybody remembers the tweet, and that was fraudulent. Carter Miller, I think Poles is playing the long game and being smart. He's waiting for Rodgers to retire, and we come in and rule the North for years to come with a young and powerful team. I agree with some of that. I don't think he's waiting for Rodgers to retire because Rodgers' new deal is for 3 years. Ryan Poles is not saying, well, 4 years from now we could win the division. That's not the approach. Like, if that's what he pitched to George McCaskey and they hired him, that was stupid because you want to win as soon as possible. Now, he's probably thinking, hey, realistically, chances of winning the North in year one are probably not great. I think they're possible, but I would not give it a great chance for the Bears this year. Let's see how the rest of this roster comes together. But I do agree that this is more than a one-year, turn over the roster overnight type of thing. This is kind of a transition year. Still be competitive this year if you can, which I think they can, especially if Fields improves. And then in 2023 and beyond, go make some real big moves to go try and win. Is Jadeveon Clowney an option? Another Super Chat from Fast Moves, who is in the Super Chat Hall of Fame on today's show. I mean, everyone's an option, right? Now, I think the Bears are pretty good at defensive end. You've got Robert Quinn, Travis Gibson, Mario Edwards, and Al-Quadin Muhammad. That's 4 legit DNs. But maybe they trade Quinn. You could go sign Clowney. You could go that route, but I tend to think that they would not go after a guy like Clowney because he's going to be fairly expensive. And he's not old, but he's not young either. Tim Baker, how about sign Will Fuller? If it's a cheap incentive-laden deal, then sure. When he's healthy, he's a great deep threat. He can really run. I think his skill set actually fits Justin Fields really well. He's kind of like Teron Armstead, but even more injury-prone. He's hurt all the time. He can burn. He can fly. I think when healthy, he's like the modern-day Deshaun Jackson, who is still playing, but they're not going to bring him in, I don't think. I like Will Fuller. If it's cheap, sure, but he's hurt a lot. I don't know. Going to win it in 2022. I'm still going to say the Packers are the favorite, but Adams leaving does change things. Type GB for the Packers. Type CHI for the Bears. Type MIN for the Minnesota Vikings. You can also type DET for the Detroit Lions. Get your votes in. Who wins the North in 2022? Julian Perez, would you double down on receiver at 39 and 48? If the Bears don't sign another receiver in free agency, I think I would at least consider it. Now, it depends where the offensive line is at that point. Obviously, it depends on who's available during the draft. Like, if you don't like a receiver at 39, you don't just take the next one on your board. You take someone else or you trade down or whatever. But I wouldn't rule it out. I think it's at least a possibility. Now, in an ideal world, you go like receiver O-line. One or the other at 39, the other one at 48, while also adding some pieces in free agency. But you never know how these things are going to play out, especially on draft night. Sammy King, is Monty a concern for Poles? Monty has gotten in a little bit injury history, and since Cohen is gone, should we draft another RB? If they draft a running back, I wouldn't do it until 5th or 6th round. You got 2 5th-round picks and a 6th-round pick. Yeah, I wouldn't say Monty's a concern. He's had some minor injuries. The question is, are they going to extend him and keep him for the next 3 or 4 years? That I do have doubts about. I don't know. If I'm the Bears, unless Monty takes a discount type of deal, $6 to $8 million per year on a 2-3 year extension, I might just play this year out, see what happens, and then make a decision next offseason. If he leaves, you got Khalil Herbert. You could add another piece next year, so I might consider that. We'll see if they add another running back for this year. They have Darrington Evans as well as kind of a scat bat. We'll see if they view him as a 53-man roster piece. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. It's at HGramNFL. Once we cross 3,000 followers, we'll probably cook up another Instagram Live. Kind of every 500 followers, we've been doing one for you guys. It's been a lot of fun. So follow me over there at HGramNFL. For more Bears updates, slide in the DMs. I'm always down to answer your questions.